The chandeliers of the Avalon Beverly Hills sparkled like constellations caught in crystal. Diamonds, silk gowns, and designer heels filled the grand ballroom, a palace of wealth and pretense. It was the night everyone in Los Angeles's elite social circle would remember. Tonight was Ava Lawson's 25th birthday, her official public debut as the face of the Lawson dynasty, the family empire behind Lux Media, a billion-dollar fashion and media conglomerate that dominated the city's social and cultural landscape. Ava ascended the marble staircase, the hem of her gold Versace gown whispering against the polished floor. Cameras flashed from every angle, capturing her every movement. Her heart pounded, but her smile was flawless, trained, poised, untouchable. Her adopted father, William Lawson Sr., stood at the top of the stairs, glass of champagne raised. His eyes, cold yet commanding, scanned the room. "Ladies and gentlemen," he began, voice echoing through the vaulted ceiling, "tonight we celebrate not only our annual gala, but my daughter, the future of the Lawson legacy, Ava." Applause thundered. Laughter and admiration filled the room. The elite of Los Angeles were here. Influencers with social media millions, fashion designers eager for exposure, actors and musicians with curated charm, all orbiting the glow of the Lawson family. Ava raised her hand gracefully, acknowledging the crowd, the flashbulbs popping like fireworks. Inside, however, anxiety gnawed at her chest. Something felt off, subtle like a chill running through silk. Then the giant LED screen behind the stage flickered. A hush fell. The music stuttered. Confused murmurs rose. The screen displayed grainy footage, a woman in a parking lot handing an envelope to a man. The camera zoomed in, and then the woman's face became unmistakably familiar. Ava Lawson. Her voice came through distorted but clear enough to hear. "You'll get the rest when the documents are ready." The crowd erupted in disbelief. Whispers turned into gasps, then murmurs of suspicion. "Is that Ava Lawson? She's bribing someone? No way!" William's expression went from confusion to horror in a heartbeat. He turned toward her. "Ava, what is this?" Her stomach dropped. She shook her head, trembling. "That's not me. It's fake, I swear." Before she could say more, Chloe Lawson, her stepsister, stepped forward with a feigned tremble in her voice. "Dad, I told you from the start," she said, voice trembling yet calculated. "She's not who she claims to be. She's been lying to us. She's a fraud." Gasps rippled across the ballroom. The camera zoomed in on Chloe's face, pale, flawless, eyes glinting with malice. Victoria, Chloe's mother, and William's second wife, glided forward in her emerald silk gown, voice like liquid honey. "William," she said softly, "we've uncovered proof. Ava paid someone to forge adoption records. She's been pretending to be your daughter all these years." The words hit Ava like shards of glass. "No, that's a lie. You know me, Dad," she shouted, voice shaking. But William's eyes were ice. "Security," he said, almost too calm. "Escort her out." Time froze. Ava's world tilted. The man who raised her, who claimed she was part of the dynasty, now looked at her like she was a stranger. "Dad, please!" Two guards approached, strong hands gripping her arms. Cameras flashed like gunfire. Paparazzi shouted questions. "Miss Lawson, did you fake your identity? Were you planning to steal the Lawson fortune?" Her heels clicked across the marble floor as she was led through the golden doors. The music and laughter behind her continued, oblivious to her fall. Outside, the Los Angeles night was cold and indifferent. Neon lights flickered above the entrance of the Avalon, painting her crumpled gown in harsh colors. The city smelled of gasoline, overpriced coffee, and faint perfume. a world she once ruled and now was cast out from. Her phone vibrated nonstop. Notifications, DMs, comments. The hashtags burned in digital ink. Hashtag fake heiress. Hashtag Lawson scandal. Hashtag Luxa media drama. Even Chloe's Instagram went live. "Oh my God, I can't believe my sister would betray our family like this," she cried to 3 million followers perfectly lit under the ring light. The comments came pouring in. "She's such a snake. I can't believe the Lawsons allowed this." Rich people drama at its finest. Ava stared at her phone until her reflection blurred. Her world had been publicly dismantled. She sank to the curb, heels discarded, gold gown torn. Tears streamed down her face, mascara streaking like black rivers. The pain was suffocating, but then something inside her hardened. Her breathing slowed, her eyes cleared. "They took everything from me," she whispered. "So I'll take everything from them." The neon lights of Beverly Hills reflected in her platinum hair. The cityscape sprawled endlessly before her. She slipped her phone into her clutch and walked barefoot into the night. A fallen heiress. Alone, humiliated, and burning with a fire they would regret awakening. Chapter 2. The Spark. Rise from the Ashes. The neon lights of Los Angeles never slept, and neither did Ava's mind. Barefoot and exhausted, she wandered down Sunset Boulevard, past sleek convertibles and flashing billboards. The city smelled of gasoline, sea breeze, and the faint perfume of the rich and reckless. Her phone buzzed endlessly. Friend requests, DMs, social media mentions, a digital echo of her humiliation. She ignored them all. For the first time in years, she had nothing but herself. That's when she noticed a figure leaning casually against a matte black Tesla parked under the glow of neon lights. Tall, sharp-featured, dressed in black, with sunglasses that reflected the chaotic brilliance of the street. Smoke curled around him from a half-burnt cigarette, giving him an aura of danger and confidence. Rough night? His voice was smooth, confident, teasing. Ava glared, cautious. "Who wants to know?" He smiled, an enigmatic curve of lips. "Someone who believes you're worth more than what the world says you are. Name's Derek Chandler, investor, entrepreneur, occasionally a troublemaker." Ava raised an eyebrow. "Occasional troublemaker? Sounds like a hobby for rich boys." "Maybe," he said, flicking the cigarette. "Or maybe it's a skill. I like people who know how to rise from ashes, especially ones with fire in their veins." Ava studied him. He was handsome in that calculated, untouchable way billionaires' sons sometimes were, arrogant, dangerous, but intelligent. "Why help me?" she asked. "Because," he said, voice low, "because I like a good comeback story. And yours? It's perfect." Something inside Ava stirred. For the first time since the viral scandal, she felt not powerless, not humiliated, not alone. She felt opportunity. Phoenix rising. In the weeks that followed, Derek introduced Ava to a world she had been denied: private investment circles, elite mentors, discreet art galleries, and hidden lounges where deals were made in whispers. She poured herself into creating Phoenix, a boutique brand symbolizing her rise from the ashes of betrayal. Derek handled investors, PR, and the logistical intricacies of the Los Angeles luxury market. Ava was in charge of design, strategy, and marketing, her mind sharper than ever. She quickly learned the rules of this city. Perception is currency. Every smile, every outfit, every interaction is a transaction. Timing is power. A post, a leak, a whispered word at the wrong moment can topple the mighty. Influence is invisible. Control the story, and the world bends to your narrative. Phoenix started small. with a pop-up boutique in West Hollywood. But every detail was meticulous. Velvet ropes, soft lighting, influencers carefully selected to create viral hype. Ava wasn't just selling fashion, she was selling legend, building a new identity. Ava reinvented herself completely. Platinum hair, sleek designer wardrobe, and an aura of untouchable glamour. She became Ava Sterling, mysterious yet commanding, her public presence almost mythic. People whispered, "Who is that platinum blonde at the Avalon? She's stunning, and she's everywhere. Does she have money or just nerve?" Exactly. Ava wanted them to wonder. She wanted curiosity, envy, and admiration to swirl in equal measure. First wins. Phoenix's debut was a small victory, but a significant one. The pop-up sold out in hours. Social media posts from carefully chosen influencers went viral. Fashion blogs speculated on who this mysterious new designer was. Always glamorous, always untouchable. Meanwhile, Ava began subtle sabotage against Chloe and Victoria. Anonymous tips to journalists, leaks about questionable investments, hints of mismanagement. All plausible, all deniable, all devastating. By the time Chloe realized Ava was back in LA social circles, the whispers had already begun. By the time Victoria noticed, it was too late to stop the narrative. The spark of revenge. Ava stood on her penthouse balcony late one night, overlooking the glittering skyline of Beverly Hills. Her reflection in the glass was sharp, confident, untouchable. "I'll take it all back," she whispered. "Everything they stole, everything they laughed at, and I'll leave them begging for scraps while I rise." The city hummed beneath her feet, oblivious to the storm Ava was preparing. Her hands tapped against the railing. Each tap, a heartbeat of strategy, patience, and fire. Ava Sterling, exiled heiress, was no longer running. She was rising. Chapter 3. The Rise. Playing the LA elite. Los Angeles was a kingdom built on glamour, gossip, and influence. For Ava Sterling, it was a chessboard, and every socialite, billionaire, and influencer was a piece she planned to move. 2 months after Phoenix's launch, Ava received her first invitation to the Elite Society Gala, a high-profile event Chloe and Victoria attended religiously. She smiled at the envelope. Perfect timing. Stepping into the spotlight. Ava arrived at the gala in a sleek black Valentino gown, platinum hair cascading over her shoulders. Cameras clicked relentlessly, social media buzzed, and whispers followed her. "Who's that platinum blonde? She's breathtaking and mysterious. Where'd she come from?" Chloe froze across the room. Victoria's practiced smile faltered. For the first time, Ava felt the rush of power, not from inheritance, but from control. She glided through the crowd, scanning every face. Influencers, actors, designers, all were potential allies or pawns. She observed, noted weaknesses, and silently mapped the battlefield. First, social maneuvers. Ava's strategy was subtle. Engage without revealing too much. Compliment Chloe in passing, but let curiosity linger. Plant doubts. Casual remarks about luxury vendors or partnerships that Chloe had overlooked. Amplify whispers. Every subtle hint to journalists and bloggers created a ripple, turning minor mistakes into rumors. By the end of the night, Chloe's confidence was shaken. Victoria noticed Ava's effortless charm, yet couldn't place the source of her threat. Derek Chandler, watching from a corner, smiled knowingly. "You're a natural. Patience and subtlety. That's how you win without blood." Phoenix expands. Over the next weeks, Ava expanded Phoenix, pop-up boutiques in West Hollywood and Melrose Place, collaborations with micro-influencers who had massive engagement, anonymous leaks about Chloe's questionable investments, strategically timed to hit gossip columns. Every move was calculated. Every post, every media mention, every party attendance was part of a larger plan, reclaim her position while undermining Chloe and Victoria. Psychological warfare. Ava didn't just compete in public, she attacked in the shadows. She whispered to Chloe during a private event, "Your necklace is stunning. I just heard the stones might not be authentic. Such a shame if it's true." Chloe's hand trembled around her champagne glass. Victoria's eyes narrowed. Ava walked away, leaving both in quiet panic. Each small victory, a sold-out boutique, a viral post, a whispered rumor, built Phoenix's reputation while eroding the Lawsons' dominance. Testing the waters, Ava began attending high-profile parties, media events, and charity galas under her new identity. She was everywhere, smiling with celebrities, posing for paparazzi, networking with investors. People whispered about the mysterious platinum blonde. No one knew her story, except Ava, and she intended to keep it that way. By controlling perception, Ava made Chloe and Victoria constantly second-guess themselves. Every slip they made, every insecure glance, was an opportunity to widen the gap between Phoenix and Luxmedia. A glimpse of the future. Late at night, Ava stood on the balcony of her penthouse, the city lights of Beverly Hills glittering like a sea of diamonds. "This is just the beginning," she whispered. "They thought I was broken, humiliated, invisible, but I am rising, and they will watch." Ava's reflection in the glass was confident, untouchable. She was no longer the girl humiliated at the Avalon Beverly Hills. She was Ava Sterling, a force to be reckoned with, a storm brewing silently over Los Angeles. Chapter 4: The War. Battle of the Lawsons. Los Angeles never slept, and neither did Ava Sterling's plans. Phoenix had grown from a boutique into a buzzing brand, and now it was time for full-scale retaliation. The city was her chessboard, and the Lawsons were about to realize that the fallen heiress was now a master strategist. The social strike. Ava received her invitation to the Luxmedia annual gala, Chloe and Victoria's pride and playground. She arrived in a silver gown that shimmered like liquid starlight, hair platinum and flawless. Cameras flashed, whispers rose. "Is that Ava Sterling? She looks like royalty. Who is she?" Across the room, Chloe's smile faltered. Victoria's practiced charm cracked. Ava didn't speak. She let presence speak for her. One glance, one smile, and the seed of doubt was planted. The financial strike. Behind the gala, Ava orchestrated financial blows. Leaks about Luxmedia's failing influencer campaigns. Subtle exposure of Chloe's questionable business deals. Anonymous tips to journalists hinting at Victoria's mismanaged PR. Within days, whispers grew into headlines. Lawson Empire faces investor concerns. Luxmedia influence waning among youth audiences. Chloe's luxury deals questioned by experts. Investors began to hesitate, socialites whispered, and the Lawsons' era of perfection cracked. The psychological strike. At the gala, Ava approached Chloe casually. "Love your necklace. I just heard the stones might not be authentic. What a shame." Chloe froze, hand trembling. Victoria's eyes narrowed. Ava smiled sweetly and walked away. Subtle, precise, devastating. Each whisper, each carefully placed rumor was a blade slicing the Lawsons' confidence. Public confrontation. 2 weeks later, a charity livestream brought the ultimate confrontation. Chloe attempted to humiliate Ava subtly. "Some people rise by deceit. Legacy comes from honesty, family, and hard work," she said, implying Ava's scandal. Ava responded flawlessly, calm and poised. "Legacy is built with courage, vision, and action, not just a name. I'm proud of the empire I'm creating, and this is just the beginning." The audience gasped. Cameras zoomed. Social media exploded. Hashtag Ava Sterling, Phoenix Empire, Queen in the making. Chloe and Victoria were speechless. William could only watch, realizing his once humiliated daughter had outmaneuvered them completely. Victory in the shadows. Ava's attacks were precise. Social domination, financial pressure, and psychological warfare worked in tandem. Phoenix pop-ups sold out within hours, influencers raved, and journalists wrote glowing features. Meanwhile, Chloe and Victoria's empire faltered under scrutiny and envy. Ava smiled from the shadows, champagne in hand. The war had officially begun, and she was winning. Victory complete. Ava had mastered social domination, controlled perception, commanded attention without desperation. Financial domination, built a billion-dollar brand, leveraged media influence. Psychological domination, dismantled the Lawsons' confidence, forcing mistakes. Every move was deliberate. Every win was strategic. The Queen's choice. Later, alone on her penthouse balcony, Derek Chandler joined her. "You did it," he said softly, admiration in his voice. "Yes," Ava replied, sipping champagne. "They took everything from me. I took it all back, and then some." "What now?" he asked. Ava gazed over the glittering city, her empire stretching in every direction. "Now," she said, calm and almost playful, "I rule." The city lights reflected in her eyes. Ava Sterling, exiled heiress, was no longer vulnerable. She was untouchable, unstoppable, legendary. Los Angeles was hers.